excited to welcome to the program Royal Doc, Alan Lindemann. Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
We're doing really well here, Neil. And you?
Doing fantastic. Today's topic, the connection between genital warts and cervical cancer. What causes genital warts?
Well, it's virus, and it's called the human papilloma virus. We call it HPV. It's very contagious, and not all warts are genital, of course. We know that. You can even get warts from the shower, the floor of the shower. As a matter of fact, if you've got 5 or 6 people in the family, probably 3 of them will have warts on the same foot. So how to deal with the shower? It's bleach. Leave the bleach on for 5 minutes and then rinse it off with the shower. Be careful not to splash any of the fumes on you, and try not to inhale the bleach fumes.
Do warts resolve on their own?
Well, yes, that's the beauty of, if there's like an upside to having a wart, it is that your body most of the time will make an immune response to the wart, and the wart will then disappear.
What is the most commonly sexually transmitted infection?
Well, it is none other than HPV. It's very contagious, very easy to get, and it is the most common.
Is there a vaccine available?
Well, yes, there is. It's been around now for probably close to 20 years. The CDC and the FDA recommend that young boys and girls, even I would say as young, some people say even 8-year-olds, I think it's a little bit too young, but that the children get the vaccine in their early teens anyway.
What do genital warts look like?
Well, there are 3 ways that warts present. They can be flat, in which case they're difficult to notice. Some people don't even know they have them. They can also be cauliflower, and this is a very common presentation, a cauliflower appearance. And they can have a pedicle, that is a little tag that has some length to it. So those would be, of course, obvious.
Where do genital warts appear?
Well, on women, they would appear on the vulva very often, but they can also appear around the anus and on the cervix and in the vagina. In men, they can appear in the penis, scrotum, or the inside of the thighs.
Do I need to tell current or previous partners if I have been diagnosed with HPV?
Well, actually, you don't. It's kind of a surprise, but the theory behind it is that this is so common that you couldn't really tell where you got it.
How long is HPV contagious?
Well, nobody knows for sure how long it's contagious, but it can be for up to 2 years. And that's really the amount of time that we consider for your body to be able to make its own immunity to a wart.
Can I get cervical cancer from HPV?
Well, yes, you can. As a matter of fact, it is considered to be the most common cause of cervical cancer. How do you recognize it? In the early stages, you don't recognize it. But the thing about cervical cancer is we call it indolent. In other words, it's slow growing, and it takes probably 10 years to go from the wart to advanced cervical cancer. And if you get to the point of having an advanced cancer, like we recently read about this influencer, this Pettway, Pettway. If you get advanced cervical cancer, you will have a discharge that is pale, watery, pink, brown, bloody, or foul-smelling.
What is the risk of getting cervical cancer if I have irregular pap smears?
Well, I would say that if you do have regular smears, it would be about 1%. But again, there's a lot of controversy, I think, still about how often you should get a pap smear. And of course, the present idea is to every 3 years. I personally don't think that's enough, but I would say every 2 years would be a good idea.
All right.
No sense having You know, no sense, no sense letting it get to an incurable stage. Anyway, thanks.
All right, the best place to go is ruraldocallen.com and pick up Pregnancy Away, available today on Amazon. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Neil.
All right, that was the Rural Doc Allen podcast. Take care.